Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good anything, wherever you are. You're welcome to this YouTube channel. My name is Success Okani. Today, I want to talk about some of the things that you're going to be dealing with as an adult. So, if you're a soon to be adult, you may want to watch this to know some of the things you're going to be dealing with as you enter adulthood. If you are a new adult, you may want to watch this to familiarize yourself more with some of the things you're going to be dealing with. And if you're already an adult, like a proper OG adult, you would relate to these things. And let's just have fun together and just talk about some of these things that we deal with as adults. I have my list with this device, and I'm going to be speaking from it because I just listed these points. So I'm just going to be looking. If you see me look down, just know I'm trying to get number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and all of that point. I have about 29 things that you're going to be dealing with as an adult. It may be more than this. It may be more than this at the end of this whole thing, because I'm going to be splitting this into 2 different videos, so I may not consume all of it now, or I may not finish up with the whole list in this video, but at the end of the day, it just might be more than 21. But then let's start with the first 10, and see where it leads. So let's do the first 10 that I have on this list on this video, and let's see what we have. All right, first of all, let me say that as an adult, the things that you're dealing with right now, you're not the only one going through it, so don't feel it alone, right? It's absolutely normal to feel these things because you're an adult, you're in a new phase of your life, and you're in a very important phase of your life. Not that childhood, teenagehood, not that those phases are not important, but I'm saying that this is also a very important aspect of your life. So it's okay if you don't get it all together at the beginning. It's okay if you stumble. It's okay if you are confused at certain points. Clarity will come on the way. So whatever you feel is normal. You're an adult now, and you're responsible for many things that you were not responsible for before adulthood. So that's okay. Now let's move into the list. The first thing I have here, and this list is in no particular order, so it's just going to come as it comes. The first thing I have here is major decision making. That's one thing you're going to be dealing with as an adult. You're going to be making major decisions in your life. It's no longer going to be when you were a child or a teenager, when you were very young, where people made decisions for you, at least major decisions or majority of the decisions for you. You didn't really have the responsibility of making certain decisions. You just left it for your parents or your guardians or your elder siblings, or people who had a sort of authority over you or a sort of responsibility for you. You just left it for them, and they did it gladly because it was their responsibility, right? But now that you're an adult, you're going to have to make major decisions yourself. Major decisions like career path, right? Major decisions like the kind of places you want to work in. Major decisions like the financial decisions. Major decisions like the kind of people you want in your life. Major decisions like the kind of partners you want. Major decisions like marriage. Major decisions like where you want to live. There's just a lot of major decisions that you're going to have to make by yourself. And what this means also is that you get to bear the consequences of these decisions yourself. And that leads into the second point, bearing the consequences of your decisions. Your actions too, by extension, right? So your decisions, first of all, when you make decisions on the career path you want to work in or be in. You make decisions on the kinds of people you want in your life. You make decisions on where you want to stay. You make decisions on your finance. You make decisions on your partner, your romantic partner, your spouse, and all. Whatever comes out of those decisions, you get to bear it. If it turns out good. If it turns out bad, you bear it, because you're an adult now. right? Yeah. You make decisions, you bear the consequences. And now you do things, you bear the consequences of your actions. That's my third point. You bear the consequences of your actions. If you do things, you get the consequences, not just decisions now. Like, it's not just, oh, I decided this. When you now do it, right, whatever you do, good or bad, you bear the consequences. So as an adult, you bear the consequences of your decisions and by extension, your actions, right? So let's move to the fourth point. The fourth point is a sense of purpose. You're going to be dealing with having that sense of purpose because you're the one who is going to work on your purpose. You're going to be the one to determine what your purpose is. If you did not know it from your younger years, at this stage, you have the responsibility to figure out what your purpose on this earth is. It's your job to do. Nobody's going to do that for you. Because if anybody does that for you, they won't do it well. It's not them after all. And it's not their fault that they didn't do it well. It's just because it's not them. They can't know what is best for you the way you know what's best for yourself. So you have to have a sense of purpose. You have the responsibility of understanding what your purpose on earth is and walking in that path. So it's something that you're going to be dealing with as an adult because it's your responsibility to take, right? So that's another thing. Let's move on to what point now? The fifth point, I guess. Okay, the fifth point. Please read. The fifth point is paying of bills. Paying of bills. You know, when you do this one as an adult, you can't even escape it. You will do it. You know, as a younger person, your parents were paying bills, your elder ones were paying bills, all of that stuff. As an adult, you're going to be paying your bills. Rent, electricity, anything, right? You're going to be paying your bills. It's on you now. Of course, you can get help when help comes, but it's your responsibility. You're not entitled to anybody's help. If the help comes good, of course, we can use some help. We need help sometimes as humans. But the thing is, you're not entitled to anybody's help if it comes good, but you are responsible for paying your bills. So it's another thing that we deal with as adults. Can you relate to this, fellow adults? Okay, let's move on to the next point. Next point, I don't know, it's number 7, I guess, is fear of the unknown. That's another thing that comes with adulthood. You are scared because you're now at a point in your life where you have to figure it out, right? You have to figure it out. So sometimes when you've not figured it out, you're scared of what may come. You're scared of what you don't even know. You're scared of the unknown because, you're not at that stage of your life where, I have to figure these things out. And when you don't know what to expect really at certain points, you start to be scared. So that's another thing that we can go through as adults. So if you're going through that, it's totally normal. Of course, put your fear under control. Don't let your fear rule you. Understand that fear is not real. But we cannot deny the fact that these feelings come sometimes. We'll push it out, right? But we can't deny the fact that it comes. So when it comes, understand first of all that you're not doing anything wrong, right? You're not alone, but take it easy. Don't let the fear rule you. The fear is unreal, right? It's okay to be worried. What's going to happen? That's totally normal. We are humans after all. But don't let this fear rule you. So I'm just saying that this is one thing that we go through as adults as well. Okay, let's move on to the next point. I want to do 10 today, and then in the next video, we continue from where we stopped today. So let's see. Okay, the next one is walk. As an adult, go work, okay? You will work. You're going to work. Because if you don't work, how will you get money? No, we talked about paying bills. Hey, you have to work to pay bills, right? So you have to work as an adult, whether it's a 9 to 5, whether it's your own business, whether it's a contract-based thing, whether it's freelancing, whether it's whatever it is that you've chosen to do, you have to work to get your money, right? So that's one thing that you're going to deal with as an adult. I remember one time this song about adulthood being a scam came out. I said, adulthood is not a scam, but are you ready to work? You will work. Anyway, let's move on. The next thing, which is number 10. Should we stop here today or move to 11? Okay, let's do 11 today, and then we'll continue in the next video. So the next one is transitions. That's another thing you're going to be dealing with as an adult. Transitions. Hey, you would do transition. You know that transition I used to do on TikTok. You start with one clothes and it's another clothes and it's another clothes. That's the same way you transition as an adult. You transition from school to career to marriage to childbirth. Of course, in no particular order. You might do school, career, something else before marriage if you want to get married. No particular order. I'm just saying that, the regular one we see, from school to career to maybe living somewhere to marriage, childbirth, to maybe a career change, to this, to that, to maybe business. There are going to be a lot of transitions, right, as an adult. That's one thing that you cannot escape as an adult. Transitions will be. So you cannot come and be stuck in one place and say, this is where I'm going to be. You have to change. You have to transition, right? It's normal with adulthood. Perfectly normal. Let's move on. The next one, and which is going to be our last for today, is disappointments. Why did we have to end it on this sad note? Anyway, the next one, which is going to be the last part of this particular topic, is not going to end on this sad note. So let's end this on this note today. It's okay. Disappointments. Yeah. You know that as children, we had this childlike faith. I mean, as children, childlike, right? Where if we tell our parents, please buy me biscuits when they are coming back from work, they actually buy, right? And we guess what we want. As children, of course, we don't get everything that we want. But most times we say, we want this, and they get it for us. And we really did not have much to guilt about. It was just our regular feeding and all of that, school and all of that stuff. But as adults that have more things to figure out, more things to think about, more things to work out, more things to do, money to be made and all of that, sometimes disappointments come and it's normal. Right, of course, we pray that we don't get a lot of disappointments, but when they come, understand that it's part of the phase, right? Sometimes you don't get what you want, sometimes you're disappointed, but there's a saying that in every disappointment there's a blessing. Yes, that works, but even when you don't seem to see the blessing in that disappointment, don't be hard on yourself. It's going to get better. That's the truth, right? Thankfully, you have every day to live. So if you don't get it today, work towards it. Tomorrow, next year, one day it's going to click, right? So I'm saying that it's okay. Don't feel discouraged because of disappointments. They come. Don't feel discouraged. If you want to cry, depending on the gravity of the disappointments, cry. But don't stay in that place. Don't feel discouraged. It's going to get better, right? And it's a process. So even if you don't get it today, you're going to get it tomorrow. You definitely will, if you do not get discouraged and give up on that thing. So yes, that's another thing that we get to face as adults sometimes. Okay, this is where we're going to be ending this video for today. Like I said, we're going to have another, should I say, episode on this topic? Or another part of this topic that will just wrap it up and just round it off, as we talk about the things that we deal with as adults. Can you relate to these things? If you can't, let me know in the comments. And if you want to watch the other parts of this particular topic, please do well to subscribe. Also do well to like. Also do well to share. Do well to comment. Do well to turn on your notifications. This channel is an interesting one where you get to see very interesting things and valuable videos. So don't miss out on it. Make sure you subscribe and you're here. Alright, See you in my next video. My name is Success Kani, and you are welcome. You're welcome to Rackle. And see you in the next video. Bye.